Hey everybody, the Bong is here, ready to give you a brand new Let's Play. The Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall for the PC. Now, this was one of the games that was actually chosen by my After Xmas Special wheel, and I was kind of dreading it after what I experienced with Elder Scrolls 1 Arena. Because, it's a pretty old DOS game at the time, and I suppose still is. But anyway, we're going to dive into Daggerfall and hope for the best, prepare for the worst. So, basically, just like Arena, you get to design your own character. I want to say I'm from Blackmarsh. Argonians hail from a province of Blackmarsh. You are part of a highly evolved race of reptiles, known for their intelligence, agility, and speed. Because of their reptilian nature, Argonians do not tire easily when swimming. While many Argonians have successfully mastered the arts of thievery and spellcasting, there are some regarded well as warriors. Is your character to be an Argonian? Well, I suppose so. Select thy character's gender. I'm going to be a male. Where I like to choose from a list of possible classes to play. You can also create your own custom class by choosing this option. You can also generate your character's class by answering 10 questions to determine the class most compatible to you. I'm going to go with choose out of those types of classes. And there's a lot to choose from. You can even make your own class and give it its own name. I know it sounds kind of dull, but I picked a thief last time I did an Elder Scrolls game. So let's go with warrior. Warriors are those most heavily trained in the arts of combat and warfare. They are adept in the use of many weapons and are often heavily armored. The skills most important to a warrior are axe, long blade, blunt weapon, hand-to-hand, archery, and short blade. Do you wish your character to be a warrior? I'm going to say yes. Would you like to fast start by automatically generating your character's background? You will be able to adjust starting attributes and skills within the character sheet. Choose your character's career path by answering 12 questions. Let's go with the questionnaire. I am most fond of using... If I had to choose, I'll go with short-bladed weapons. That's usually my style. What motivates you into a life of adventure? I would say I'm a good person, so let's go with helping others. Which of the following skills have you been studying the longest? I'm going to go with critical striking. As a child, your nickname was... well, definitely it was none of these. So I'm going to go with Quicksilver. That one sounds badass. You were loaned and later allowed to keep... I'm going to say... a Daikatana? What god, if any, do you worship? I could choose none. Zenithar, god of commerce. Dibella, goddess of beauty. Akatosh, god of time. Kinnereth, goddess of air. Arkai, birth and death god. Mara, the mother goddess. Julianos, the god of logic. Or Stendar, god of mercy. Julianos. You have the most trouble blank. I'm gonna say getting along with others. After a month's work, you have... Oh god, that'd be a pretty bad job to only get 100 gold pieces after working for a month. Maybe a great book? You're friendlier than most with the savage harpies, the glorious dragons, the infernal daedra, primitive centaurs, simple giants, immodest nymphs, bucolic spriggans, or mischievous imps. Centaurs seem pretty cool. Scrounging through an alley, you came upon 200 gold pieces, a ruby, an amulet, a book, or a silver flail. Amulet? You spend any free time you have training with short-bladed weapons, axe fighting, archery, hand-to-hand, blunt weapons, and long blades. Long blades. You're intimate friends with either a monk, a rogue, an assassin, a mage, or a warrior. Probably a monk. Alright, my reputation has changed as follows. Commoner higher, merchants unchanged, scholars unchanged, nobility unchanged, underworld unchanged. Ooh, and I can name myself. That sounds simple enough. Choose thy face. Okay, that one looks pretty cool. I like that one with the glowing eyes. Ooh, but these. I'm gonna go with that. Alright, now I get to re-roll my bonus points. Let's see, I'm probably gonna go with... Put enough points in strength. My speed. I'll put a point in that. Agility, 2 points in that. I want to get +1 to hit. Awesome. I can re-roll if I didn't like it anyway. Alright, primary skills. Okay, they're getting mostly the axe. No, it's Longblade that's getting it. I want some points in axe. And 2 more in Longblade. I'd like to specialize in that for sure. Probably not going to be using arrows much, so I'll keep that at 18. Short blade can be at 30. And then I can go on my minor skills. So they would definitely not get much. Maybe medical should be it. Dodging, definitely. And maybe not so many points in swimming. And 1 more in dodging. This is pretty much the boring part, really. Player reflexes determine the overall speed of the game. If you pick very high reflexes, the monsters will move and attack quickly, forcing you to be quick with the controls. Very low reflexes means the monsters will move and attack slowly, allowing you to adopt a more cautious, thoughtful playstyle. Your character will advance a little slower with a lower reflex setting, and will advance a little faster with a higher reflex setting. Give it on average. And I'm content with this character roll. Let's get going.
"400 years after Tiber Septim's reign, the beginning will meet the end, and the bloody circle will close in the empire of Tamriel. The unworthy heirs of the Septim dynasty have allowed the bonds of the empire to weaken and crack. Uriel Septim the Seventh cannot repair what his ancestors ignored. The provinces fight among themselves like neglected children, drunk with rebellion, and one indomitable power hides itself, but not forever."
Hope everything sounds good on this trial run. Meanwhile, at the Imperial Palace, seat of Emperor Uriel Septim VII at midnight.
Excuse the gloom, but none may know of this meeting. The nature of my trouble is darker still. Over a year ago, King Lysandus of Daggerfall died honorably on the field of battle. He was as loyal a subject, ally, and friend as you are. I did grieve for him, but his spirit does not rest. With a spectral army, he haunts his former kingdom, crying for revenge. I do not know why a good and loyal man would be so cursed. Perhaps you can find the answer and close the marble jaws of oblivion, bringing peace to his soul. I ask this as your emperor and your friend.
But mostly.
I have one lesser request. Several years ago, I wrote a letter to the Queen of Daggerfall. It never arrived. The letter was of a sentimental and personal nature. If you find and destroy that letter, I will be grateful. Now, my champion, rest well this night, for tomorrow you sail for the kingdom of Daggerfall.
Sentimental, but I want it destroyed. Well, I guess it wasn't that sentimental then. Unless it has secrets. You wake and look around the room. Some hours ago, you were in a boat en route to Daggerfall, when a storm of supernatural strength boiled over the Iliac Bay like a malefic creature. Your boat was destroyed, but you managed to swim through the churning water to a promontory rock. There you find a cave and escape the fury of the storm. You had only just lit a small fire when a mudslide sealed you within. Your fear of being buried alive calmed when you saw the corridor leading out of the cavern. Perhaps there is a way out of this cave after all. Once free of the cave, you can begin the Emperor's quest. Elder Scrolls Daggerfall is a tutorial that can be active during the game. It runs throughout the first dungeon for a short time afterward. I'm actually going to say no to this. Oh, thankfully I didn't turn out to be these guys. It's just all a bunch of heads. Alright, so I am using like a joy-to-key emulator to move things around. So it may not be perfect, but I'm definitely doing the best I can to ensure that my controller is mapped with some of the things I like to do. One of the first things I want to do, well, I want to save, because I see myself getting killed many times. Trust me, I was actually practicing this with a different character, and I died too many times to like the same type of enemy. Okay, I do have a sword, so let's go get that equipped now. Iron broadsword. Has new condition. Weighs 5 kilograms. And that's a steel daikatana. Ooh, maybe I want to put this instead. It's a bit bigger, but I can probably make good use of it. Okay, so it's like, you gotta hold the right mouse button, and you gotta move it around. For some reason that when I have it mapped, it doesn't always work. There's a rat. Probably look down. I think I might have to like occasionally use my own mouse in combination with my controller. So believe you me, it's not going to be perfect. But at the same time, I'll make do with what I can. And I haven't mapped the way the game wants me to. I even looked up a guide to say like, this is how I have it mapped. Kind of similar to Oblivion. And another guy had it mapped similar to Morrowind. So I was doing those things. I hope it just overwrote the save. Okay, here's something. Doesn't sound like another rat. What is that? Oh god! It's a bat. There! The giant bat's dead. Hold on. Let me look at the controls. Insert and delete to look up and down. Oh, that's what I gotta do. I don't have those mapped to anything. God, look at this laptop. Insert and delete are like Oh, never mind. I gotta go to the number pad. This body has no treasure. Why did it click that several times? I swear I only clicked it once. Oh god. That was an imp. With magic. But I still live. I can't grab it through the bars. Oh, is that the rat? Oh, okay. I was just swinging wildly. Statue, too bad it doesn't have a face. So, will this be like a full, comprehensive Let's Play of Daggerfall? Absolutely not. You think I'm gonna be able to handle this? Whoa! The proportions on this guy is just messed up. Oh my god, look at those heads. Why can't I grab this stuff? Right there, what the hell? Let me grab it. Left clicking on it. Do I have to like look down on it more? Oh god, I wasn't even standing close enough. 29 gold pieces. It's a vest. Okay. Doesn't tell me anything about his stats. Twin and surcoat. I'm wearing his shirt. Okay, maybe I should take this. Maybe I should wear this. Oh, it looks like I can wear both. Wait, what happened to it? Ah, here it is. Seem to give me any stats. Let me equip this amulet. I think we're good for now. Is there anything in these heads? It looks so flat, it's weird. What's the button for centering again? Home. Okay, where is it on the number pad? God, it's all the way up there. Jeez, it's just like staring right at me. You see a dead person. No shit. It's definitely dead. Look at the freaking bat. This is only the tutorial dungeon, for crying out loud. There are enemies nearby, so I guess I can't rest. That's what I would have done to heal. Maybe this jerk will get stuck. Nope, I'm dead. Oh, we're off to a great start. They just cart you off into the graveyard. And that's what the game over screen looks like. Okay, let's try this again. Do I have anything on me that can help? There's the spell book. I don't have any ingredients on me, so I can't heal. What if I'm like really far away? Still enemies nearby. Definitely don't want to rest where all the heads are. That's not gonna give me any peace. That bat literally chewed through almost all my health. It's ridiculous. Okay, rest until fully healed. Hope it's not like Arena where enemies could actually creep up on you. I'm fine. Trust me, there are times that you can rest, and then all of a sudden a big Minotaur would just creep up in your face. Hated that about Arena. Let's steal this archer again. Nice buns, though. Too bad you're dead. So slow, too. You see, oh god, you can actually left click the whole time. And it just made me like, are you sure you're done? Just a rat. What's in this door? I'd like to clear out the city. This looks like at least the second floor. Oh, what? Oh! I thought something was swiping at me, and it turns out it was just a rat. This looks like a prison. No, none of its doors locked. Guess I'm going up then. Or I can start. It would be fitting that the enemy that almost brought me to critical on like 1 or 2 hits was a bat. So this game was meant for me. You again. Thank you. Personally, if it were up to me, I wouldn't let's play this game yet because of how archaic it is for my playstyle. However, the wheel has spoken, and I'm not going to be a little bitch anymore. Ooh, what's this? That's 79 gold. That's a talisman. I should take them both. Oh, it shows up under miscellaneous. Can't equip it? I guess not. This almost makes it look like I'm in a biker bar. Seriously. God, I can't even use like a Brother Wazda or anything because I don't have it mapped that way. I was like thinking, should I be using WASD? And I didn't even map it like in the in-game controls to do that. So I'll be using arrow keys and the mouse. And that would not be efficient at all. Okay, there's nothing on the ground. That's just loot. Hello? Anybody home? Preferably not rats. Or bats. Maybe cats. Cats are okay. That is not a cat. What is it here that's making that noise? There we go. What is making that kind of noise? Sounds like somebody's snoring. God, bats know how to open doors. This is the worst kind of meta. Oh, that's an imp. This man's stuck on the corpse. The corpse of the imp. Can't even hit him. I'm gonna make myself look down. There we go. Hey, Orc. How's it going? Over there. Good to know they don't do anything to hurt me. Can't really trust this game anymore. We only just started. This is the first episode. I'm not feeling this yet. Then again, this is only the first dungeon. We'll just give it a little bit more time. Look at the controls one more time. Is there a dash? There's strafing. I haven't really been doing that. Oh, there is a dash. It's P. Oh, I have to hold P. You know, not that kind of P. That's very annoying for my control scheme. Oh god, it's a skeleton! Am I even hurting this guy? It's hurting me, and I'm dead. How far back am I? Oh my god. I didn't even heal when I last saved. Oh, shit. Oh my god. I will rest here. Oh, you have the option to loiter. I only got to heal for like rest for 1 hour? There's an enemy here, isn't there? Yeah, let me nap next to this rat corpse. Who's nearby? But I don't see one. If I'm even farther away. Huh? Still enemies? Something chasing me, isn't there? Have to be. But I don't see anyone chasing me. God, I only got to rest for 1 hour. And already I'm being stalked. Now I know how girls on the Instagrams feel. They're selling the bath water, and the next thing you know, they got like to set up a restraining order list. And it's usually giant bats. I don't see anybody. There's nobody here. Let me see if I can take out that archer. With so little health that I have. Maybe I'll get lucky. Okay, I can actually rest. Enemies nearby again? Is this a joke? I didn't even know I was there. There! No? There's more? Was there an enemy in this room? I don't remember. There. Come on. This is only the first dungeon! It's only the first dungeon! And already I'm getting overwhelmed. It was like that in Arena too, if you just went all the way. Not knowing you can just, like, escape rather quick. Can't you fight it amongst yourselves? I gotta get out of here. I got free. They're just glitched. Oh. Well, I'm dead. I don't know if I'm feeling this Let's Play at all, but if there is a second episode, you will know. Goddamn. See you, everybody.